Hello everyone, my name is Eloise and it has been a while. I think it's been like 2 months since I last filmed. I eventually got the courage to make a YouTube channel. I made videos for like, I want to say a month. And then I went into a massive reading slump in August and I kind of lost, so I've also got an Instagram page, so not only did I lose my kind of love for reading, I lost interest in like my social media. So all good, I've had a couple of months, but this like better months of reading, and this month, October, has been great so far. So I just think I had a bit of time where the books I was reading just, I had a month where I DNF like 3 books, and very rarely do I DNF. So DNF means do not finish. So very rarely do I DNF a book, but I had a month and like it looked like I'd read a lot because I had a big stack, but in reality there's like 3 or 4 books in that month that I DNF'd. So that's when I knew I was in a bit of a slump. But we're all good now. I'm back. I'm going to try and film regularly. So sorry that I've not been on here very much. I've still been watching videos, like I love watching videos, but actually recording my own has not been happening. So I am going to do my best to upload regularly, get better at just being on here in general, and hopefully making some videos that some people want to watch. So I thought I'd start off my posting by filming a video of the books that I would like to read by the end of this year. So we're towards the end of October now, so obviously a couple of months left of the year. This is an ambitious list for me because I'm very much a mood reader, but there are some books that I really would like to read. So without further ado, let's get on with showing you the books that I would like to read by the end of 2021. So at the start of 2021 / the end of 2020, I put together, like a lot of others, a list of 21 books that I would like to read in the year 2021. I've actually done quite well, I will say. I've read, I literally was doing the maths in my head and it's not hard. I've read 19 of the 21 books that I put on my list, so I've got 2 left, and I'm quite pleased with that. Like, bearing in mind it's October and I've read 19 of those books. So I've got the 2 left, so I thought I would start off with those because obviously they're books that I would really like to finish this month, so I can put a big tick against that challenge. Yeah, so the first one of those is So Lucky by Dawn Porter. First of all, I love this cover. Like, the cover, it was basically a cover purchase for me. I've never read anything by Dawn Porter, but this I don't know much about. I've seen it all over Instagram, not so much now, but at the start of the year I saw it quite a lot. It basically, as far as I understand it, is following a story of 3 women who all have kind of different problems in their lives and 2 sides to their story. So I think one is a mother, one is happily married and hasn't been intimate with her partner for a year, and another kind of looks like she lives the dream life but it's not actually her reality. That's all I know about it. As I said, I've not read anything by this author yet, so I'm intrigued as to whether I will actually enjoy it or not. Hopefully I will, but that is one I hope to read soon. The next and final book on that list of 21 books I'd like to read in 2021 is A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. If I like this, I'm probably going to get a new cover because I'm not a big fan of covers where they're based on like the TV series or film. And this is really chunky and I think that's why I've put it off for so long. I've heard good things about this book. I've heard it's very slow paced and that this is probably the best book in the series. But yeah, I'm not going to lie, this has put me off reading it. I don't know much about it. I believe it's based in Oxford and involves a descendant of witches and a vampire called Matthew, maybe? Matthew Claremont. Oh, but that's all I know. I don't really know anything about it. I don't really think I want to know much about it. I've not seen the TV series and I wouldn't until I've read this anyway. If you've read it, let me know because I haven't got much motivation to read this. I will read it, but I guarantee it'll be one of the last books I read of the year. The next book I would like to read by the end of the year is The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman, which is the second book in the Thursday Murder Club series. Just noticed I've got like some red, like, I don't even know what it is, marks on it, but it's really bothered me. I think it might be from my nails. Anyway, so this is another story based on the participants, members of the Thursday Murder Club. So Elizabeth, Ron, Ibrahim and Joyce. Joyce is my favourite. And I imagine it's another murder mystery based in the retirement village. I have not read a synopsis and I'm not going to. I loved the first one. I did read it, I think, back in March. So I want to read this before the end of the year because I don't want to forget. Like, I don't remember much about the first one. I loved it. It was a 5 out of 5 for me, but I don't want to leave it too long and like forget about it. So yeah, another murder mystery based in the retirement village is what I expect it to be. I'm looking forward to it. The other one made me laugh, literally made me cry as well. So I'm hoping this is just as good. I've realised, just looking at the books that I've picked for this video, that I have got a lot of series I want to start. Not necessarily finish, but start. So in fact, I'm just looking, most of the rest of the books are series starters / continuations of series. So I think that's a bit optimistic. They're all books I wanted to read for such a long time, so we will see. Anyway, the next book, and I can't give a synopsis on this one because I don't have a clue what it's about, is The City of Brass by S.H. Chakraborty. This book I've not seen, or not just this book, this series, I've not seen one bad review for. Everyone says it's amazing, like 5 out of 5 or 3 of the books. I know nothing about it, I just know I need to get to it urgently because I want to know what it's all about, I want to know why it's so brilliant, and I just want to get immersed in this world. So yeah, as I said, I literally couldn't even pretend to know what this is about, pretend to like give you a synopsis because I've got no idea. I do think with some books it's best to go into them blind, so that's what I'm going to do with The City of Brass, and I cannot wait to read it. Next, I would like to finish the Caraval series, and I've got 2 books left, and that's, I've only read the first one because it's a trilogy, so I would like to read Legendary and Finale by Stephanie Garber. Yeah, both of these books. So if you don't know, the first book is called Caraval, and we follow 2 sisters, one of which is called Donatella, and I'm gonna have to look what the other sister's called because I cannot remember. Scarlett. And basically in the first book they both attend Caraval, and Donatella goes missing, and we follow Scarlett mostly as she tries to find her sister whilst trying to compete in Caraval as well, but she's supposed to be getting married, so you kind of follow her while she's panicking. She can't stay there for the full event, and she meets a mystery man who seems to be very helpful in helping her find her sister. And yeah, it was a 5-star read for me. Look at me just sitting here like this. It was a 5-star read for me. I loved it. I flew through it, and that was last month, so in September I read that one, and I'm ready to finish the series. I want to read it. And then a follow-on from that is I would therefore also like to read Once Upon a Heart by Stephanie Garber. As far as I'm aware, you don't have to read the first trilogy, the Caraval trilogy, to read this because this is a separate story. But I think it follows a character, I don't know who because I don't want to read the synopsis before I finish the trilogy, from the Caraval series, so I would like to read this as well. And if you've not, I'm sure you've seen it, but can we discuss how gorgeous the cover is? And one moment. Oh, they're just so pretty, these, and I think there was like, in the UK there's like 4 hidden covers. I'm not gonna lie, this wasn't the one I was hoping for. I was hoping for either the book or the fox, but I'm hoping this, is it a perfume bottle? That's embarrassing, I don't know what it is. But I'm hoping it's got some like relevance in the story, so I'm like, I'm glad I did have that one. So yeah, I've got 3 Stephanie Garber books I would like to read before the end of the year, and judging by how fast I flew through Caraval, I hope that I will enjoy them just as much and fly through them just as quickly. The next series I would like to start before the end of the year is the Wheel of Time series. This is book 1, The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. I have got, I think there's about 14 books in the series. Basically, I always wanted to read them. but I hadn't got them. And then I went to a charity shop and they had pretty much the whole series. I think I'm missing 2 books in there, so, and they were like £1 each. So I've got 1 to 5 in this mass market paperback edition, but I'm gonna find an example. Right, sorry, I'm back. But so as I said, I've got 1 to 5 in these like mass market paperback editions, but in the same charity shop for the same price as these, so £1, I've got some of the books in like the old cover hardbacks. I'm just obsessed with them. That like, I want to read this more than I want to read this because I don't like this edition. So yeah, I want to start this because I know there's a series coming to Amazon Prime very soon. It's an epic fantasy, as I said, a book of 14 books, a series of 14 books. Don't know anything about the series. I'm hoping I enjoy it. I've not really read like an epic fantasy series before, so I'm looking forward to it. However, I'm not gonna lie, I am on the hunt for a nice hardback edition of this book because I don't like these editions. I just don't like them, but I'm looking forward to actually reading it, and I've heard a lot of good things, so there we are. The next book I would like to read by the end of the year is Still Life by Sarah Winman. First of all, this is probably one of my favourite covers I own, and look, oh, it's just beautiful. This follows Ulysses and Evelyn, who meet in Tuscany in 1944, so during World War II, and they meet, and as far as I'm aware, they kind of bond while they are in a villa, sharing stories of their lives, their plans, etc. And then their bond kind of passes over decades, and I think we read from that point where they meet and for like decades after that, so perhaps so they grow, the relationships they form and break. I think it's going to be beautiful. I think it's going to make me cry. Another one, see, I'm rubbish at synopsis because I don't like reading a lot into a book before I read it, because I'll either big it up too much or talk myself out of it and be like, I'm going to not like it. So yeah, it sounds like a slow-paced, very character-driven book, and I am so looking forward to it. It's a 5-star prediction for me, and I cannot wait. This book is a big one on here and on Instagram and kind of every bookish platform. I'm very nervous about it, and that is, I would like to start the Farseer trilogy? The Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. So this is Assassin's Apprentice. I know we follow Fitz, who is the son of a king, and when he gets taken to the king, the king panics and, what's it called? Abdicates, and Fitz is kind of left and no one knows what to do with him. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really nervous because as kind of one of the magical abilities in this is that they can communicate with animals, I struggle to read about animals, things happening to animals. It just makes me really upset, and I think I'd be very naive to go into this trilogy or any Robin Hobb book and think that it wasn't going to happen. So I'm nervous, I'm very nervous, and I hope I can kind of get through it and love it, but I am very scared. The next book I would like to read before the end of the year is These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. This is the gorgeous Fairy Loot edition. I've heard wonderful things about this series. Well, series, there's only 1 book out, but I've heard excellent things about this. I would love to read it. We follow Bree, whose sister is kidnapped, and Bree will do anything to get her back, understandably. However, she's reluctant to make any sort of deal with the Fae, but that's what she's going to have to do if she stands a chance of getting her sister back. That's all I know, that's all I need to know. The Fae, I mean, I'm a big fan of books involving Fae. ACOTAR is my favourite series ever. So yeah, that's all I need to know, and I'm already desperate to read it. Think I'll like it. Possibly a 5-star prediction because I've seen brilliant things, so we will see. Finally, we are finishing on another series, and that is The Blood of the Stars duology, why could I not say that, by Elizabeth Lim. So again, these are Fairy Loot editions. We just need to appreciate these editions because so yeah, Spin the Dawn and Unravel the Dusk by Elizabeth Lim. I've heard it's like Mulan meets Project Runway, that's all I've heard, but I know it's very popular. Again, I can't give you a synopsis because I don't know what it's about, but yeah, these covers are just gorgeous, and I've got 6 Crimson Cranes as well. We need to read them. So that is my books I would like to read before the end of the year. There are so many more that I would like to read, however those are probably what I would say are a priority. Whether I read them all, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not optimistic, but I have some in there that I'm definitely going to read. Let me know what books you would like to read before the end of the year, and if you've read any of these, if you recommend them. If you don't recommend them, don't tell me, because it will put me off reading them. Tell me after I've read them. But yeah, I'd love to know what you would like to read before the end of the year. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming back. And I hope to see you next time in another video. Bye!